Okay. Uh, oh man, it's time to make a little magic, I guess. Hey everybody, it's Brian breaking down security. Um, I'm trying something. It may fall flat on its face. I don't know. I've added Facebook Live. As if I don't have enough things to manage while I'm trying to stream. Four different streams at the same time. So I'm on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook Live, and we're on. Uh, oh wait, got to go live first on LinkedIn before you can go live. So, um, but yeah, so trying new things, trying to make this work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I am on LinkedIn Live. So there you go. Very disparate systems, very different setups and the way things work. I'm pushing out a solid 22 megabits per second up, which uh, everybody worries about the downstream, not the upstream. So it's like I got 1 gig down, 40 up. So I'm roughly using half our upstream internet to do stuff with. So um, there we go. So everything's up and running, I think. I don't have any errors on OBS. Let me double check. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's running live on LinkedIn and everything. So how's everybody doing this week? It was a great week for me professionally. Got to, network with folks at work, which is always something I find important. Silo busting, if you will. I think too many companies are insular and insulated from one another. I don't want to call it fish bowls, but it's fairly apropos to the discussion. So everybody plays in their own fish bowls. So yeah, I'm enjoying the week, and nothing much is going to happen down here in San Diego this week. Let me think. Oh wait. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, so for those of you who live not in the Southern California area, or maybe you live in the Southern California area and you've just been happily not following the news or anything, this is Hillary. Hi, Hillary. Hillary, stream, Hurricane Hillary. Hillary's going to come visit us in a couple days. She's going to put her feet up on our couches, and she's going to, make a lot of noise and dump a lot of rain on the Southern California area, and it's going to be good times. So, by the way, this is Vintusky, the website. So, for those of you who are unaware, it is a better than average website if you want to go and look at various things. We're going to do some Rust today. I do have that in the chat. So somebody did ask, hey, where's the Rust? Yes, I will get to the Rust in a second. I'm a nerd for weather. I don't know if y'all have noticed that. I have talked about this in the past. That's not a very good link, is it, on chat? So you can just go to vintusky.com and do it that way. So yeah, so you got Saturday. She's going to be hanging out here on the South Baja. She's going to be, getting her tan on. By Sunday, 2 p.m., she's going to be just south of us here. We'll start feeling the effects of her by then. And so on and so on, depending on which, weather model you follow here. She's going to be sitting over top of us here about 5 p.m. Depending on the weather models, there's 4 different weather models. They all have slightly different ways of how this is going to go along. Icon is, GFS has a specific one as well. So Icon actually has her still down here on Sunday at about 5 p.m. And by 8 p.m., she's going to be sitting right off the coast near Tijuana, just southwest of Tijuana, and we're going to be getting some really nice winds. And then, the European model has her, down here in the area of Baja. Looks like it's slowed down quite a bit according, the problem with weather models, and it's funny because I catch a lot of parallels between security and weather. It's all about chaos theory, right? Trying to manage what we don't know. And the unknown unknowns, if you will, to we used to make fun of the unknown unknowns, and now it's kind of a taken for granted. But we have so many unknown unknowns when we're working in security, and weather has been dealing with big data and with chaos theory for years. I mean, right now, a bumblebee, hits a different flower than it was intended to, in San Diego, and this thing will head up to Vegas, for instance. At least that's how that's the layman's theory, is what I understand, that, butterflies flapping their wings and that kind of thing. So, there are so many different weather models because all the different weather models have their own biases, right? So, depending on, the algorithms and the data that's ingested and the rules of the model, different weather systems act differently based on those criteria. So, it's just kind of cool to see. You can go to Vintusky. You can go look at these. Somebody actually turned me on to one called windy.com, which has a different model in it. Windy.com, which has different models there as well. They have one called the high resolution model. So it's basically for North America down into parts of Mexico. Well, it's not really North America. So it'd be the U.S., probably in Canada. Nope, just the U.S. Okay, so HRR is just that. Yeah. So, and then you have the NAM model, which I believe is also called the North American model, even though it also does not include parts of Mexico. But there's different things you can do with these, and they're all free. They're great. So, keeps you informed about the weather things. The models have definitely changed even within the last few hours. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Well, so Hillary will become a low right here at 5 p.m. on Sunday. But yeah, the precipitation we're going to be getting is going to be considerable during that time, and they're talking about thunder. National Weather Service here has considered thunderstorms, 1 1/3 inches of rain in the area. So all these are indicative of thunder, thunder and lightning and everything. So, but if you live in the Southern California area, get prepared. And they haven't had I think they said this was the first time in 84 years they've had a tropical storm hit California. The other ones I believe have been like tropical depressions or just lows that have become cold core lows, have changed to extratropical lows in this case, and have become just basically large low pressure systems that dump a lot of rain. This is the first time where we still have a named storm hitting the California region. So, hey, excellent, I think. So that's the good stuff here. So, all right. Vintus. Huh. That's really weird. So I copied the original Vintusky link in to chat, and it appears to have replicated itself across the other ones. Interesting. I didn't know it could do that. All right. Well, I'm going to shut this down because with my somewhat beefy graphics card in my computer, it is running at about 38C right now, which is about the temperature it would be in Vegas, or 39C. So we're definitely pushing some pixels through that. Let me go grab my book. Let me double check and make sure I'm okay. Good. Go grab our Rust book. So I've been learning Rust. For those of you who've been following on the stream, thank you for doing so. If you're brand new here, you're just like, who the hell's this guy? He's on Facebook Live. I've been streaming for about a year now. Been learning how to stream, learning how to we've had an audio podcast breaking down security for about 10 years now. About a year and a half ago, I started. Let me see, where is it? I've got a book that I got from Pact Publishing, which I'll post up. Let me see, Rust. Hey, Digital Warhead. Hey, Digital, a recruiter for your company hit me up asking about a position in Huntington Beach, California, of which I was kind because it was a job that wasn't, help desk 6 to 12 months in a seat. It was in office for 5 days, but I did reply to that person and said, thank you, but I just moved to San Diego and I have no interest in being in an office 5 days and living in LA. So they didn't write back, but I figured that was far kinder than I could have been. So and it was a security job, so that was great. It was an information system security manager job. So there's our PDF. All right, so for those of you, I thought of you though when I saw it because it was from a company that fairly well. All right, let's go back. Let me double check. Okay, cool. So this is the book I've been using. It is from Pact Publishing. It's the well, no, this one was this was not the recruiters for your company, third party obviously, but they didn't fail you this time. Normally I ghost folks that are like, hey, would you like a 6 to 12 month contract in seat in Minot, North Dakota? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good for help desk. For those of you who want to follow along, Pact Publishing, game development with Rust and WebAssembly. So Pact Publishing. I really should have this link available. Rust and WebAssembly. There it is. You can get the PDF or you can get the Dead Tree version. Both of those are available here. So you can go and grab that. I'm gonna copy paste this link in again and see if it shows up on the other chat channels. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out on those. You know what? I'll just pop that in there. Okay, it looks like maybe I had just been slick on my fingers and everything here and done that. All right. So let's see. That's YouTube. That's Facebook. Oh, I missed the LinkedIn folks. Yeah. There I am. There you go. And I'll add Vintusky. There we go. Anyway, so one of the issues that I had with this book so far is that the GitHub that should have all of the examples broken down by chapter to give you an example of how this Sierpinski triangles work doesn't exist. And either I'm reading too much into the chapter itself, or I don't understand what's going on, and oh, that's a little too much in it. Okay, I can't get it to work. I can't get the code to work in here. So reason I'm having to scroll down through is I closed it down earlier. So we went through some of the basics of Rust. So here's where we're getting to. So we're in chapter 3. I think it's chapter 3. Drawing the canvas. God damn. Come on now. Okay, so I think we're still in chapter 1 then. Oh my God, I haven't even gotten to chapter 2 yet. So the idea is you're going to go through with Rust, and it's going to render these events inside of your browser, which I'm going to have to start up everything again. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make all that work. Let me see. Rust game dev. No, hello Rust. Is that it? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's my cat-like critter. What I thought about doing was just skipping the rest of this chapter and moving on to the next, because it's like, I understand I need to understand this, but I don't, I can't get the, I think I got this to work, but the other Sierpinski triangles I could not get to work, and I couldn't figure out exactly where these need to be drawn inside of the Rust file. So, and there's no examples to show you exactly how that needs to be done, which is probably would give me about a 3 or 4 star on this. If this is indicative of how the rest of the book is going to go, where it's like you only get the latest and greatest examples from the chapter. So, it is what it is. So, hey, Lady P. Yeah. I enjoy watching you on Twitch, but what platform would you prefer people watch stream on? You know what? The reason I stream to so many different places, well, I stream to the YouTube Well, hey, Lady P, thank you for being a moderator and for subscribing. I put it on you. Hey, Beta Wolf. I put it on YouTube only because I don't have affiliate status on Twitch, and they'll be gone in 14 days, and I forget to download and export them to YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube if you like. I just started trying it on Facebook because I was like, well, I know you can stream there because I've seen people do it. And LinkedIn, you get different people when you use different streams, right? I half expect my family to show up on the Facebook stream. It's just trying to get more people involved and I know that probably splits my my fan base. I think as long as somebody watches and makes comments in the chat and contributes, I don't care where they do it. Actually, the VODs will be on YouTube forever, which is great. And so, that's just where we're at. Berber's head's getting big. No, it's probably the camera. I probably need to zoom out a little bit. It's okay, Beta Wolf. Yeah. It's the angle of the camera and stuff. I'm actually sitting down too, and I have a new microphone that I'm using, which I've been testing on for that. So forever or until Google pulls a Google. It's true. Let me get my okay. So. I really did try to make this work because the idea is the Sierpinski triangle, and I apologize if I'm not saying it right. It's a fractal, right? So the idea is it's supposed to be recursive, so it will continue out until you stop the iterations. It will continue making smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller triangles, and I think the author even mentioned at some point you need to put a level of render in to stop it, because if it will go infinity, right? So I mean the decimals for the triangle within a triangle within a triangle within a triangle will ultimately crash your browser and use up 8 Brazilian gigs of data or whatever. So I think I got to this point in the doc when it said, hey, this target is not supported. I had some other issues with some of the errors that were going on that I couldn't figure out how to get through. So these are the depths right here. So, you've got your colors. The depth here is you only go down 8 levels at that point. And, you can't zoom in that far on the browser to see those. So you could actually go even smaller if you wanted to. My thing was the depth. It kept telling me the depth wasn't set or something like that. There was some kind of error message. So what I figured is, and he continues on through the chapter, is like, oh, I'm going to set specific colors for these things. So he sets color strings for these and says each one of these is going to be its own specific color, which is great. You can see how all the colors match up, and no two colors are similar, that kind of thing. So he goes in. My problem, my thing is, I'd like to be able to refer to something to go, okay, what did I do wrong? Because when I get an error message, I've got nobody to, I say nobody, but I've got, the folks who join me on Twitch, but it's like, I don't have anything in my off time to go, okay, how did I F this up? What do I need to do to fix it? Oh, okay, I put this in the wrong place, because I can go to somebody's GitHub and look at this. Ideally, what I'd love to see from this book is, in chapter 1, here's the example for, the Sierpinski triangles, but that doesn't exist in the GitHub. So I'm going to continue on through. Close that. All right. So creating the main entry point with WASM bind gen. Yeah. Translating JavaScript code to REST code. Now it may be that, he's going to refer to this in chapter 2, and he's like, go back to your Sierpinski triangle code and do this, and hopefully there'll be more information in that, in that link, then I'll be able to go, oh, okay, I see what's going on. If that's the case, then, how many chat communities do you control again? Just make a channel on Slack or Discord or whatever and post your code asking for help. Yeah, that's a good idea, Lady P. I should have on our Discord, which, y'all can join our Discord as well. Let me grab that for folks who are in. Everybody has a Discord these days, so, just, keep an eye out, copy the current address. If you want to join our Discord, that is not the Discord link. Discord.gg/breaksec. Everybody has a Discord. I think there's actually people who are on more Discords than they are Slacks these days. Everybody has a Slack, everybody has a Discord, everybody has a Slack. I have both. Because some folks are loath to leave, Discord or to leave the Slack. So, but that's okay. Some people use Slack at work, and it's easier to add a Slack to that. So we'll have both for a good while. I thought about that. We do have programming channels in both our Discords and our Slacks. So maybe that's something that I will look into at some point in the future. All right, so we've translated JavaScript code to Rust code. Honestly, hate both Slack and Discord for different reasons. So Beta Wolf, what would you use? Mattermost, or are we going? Please don't say IRC. Please, for the love of all that's holy, do not say IRC. I can't even do IRC right now. Lady P. No, not TeamSpeak. Oh my God. When I worked at CrowdStrike, when we were still a startup, they had us on Adium, which is a Pigeon client, because it had complete encrypted instant messaging. We even had PKI certs that it would refer to and encrypt back and forth before we went to something a bit more useful. Pigeon. Yeah, let's go back to Pigeon. And we used Ventrilo for our voice server. So we would have meetings in an on-prem Ventrilo server. And I had no idea that I was like, I use that for gaming, because I was still gaming back then. And I was like, yeah, I know Ventrilo. It's fine. It's cool. Until I think they went more legit. I don't know why they used Ventrilo. I guess somebody just thought it was a good idea. Hey, I know, you know what, Lady P, I know my ICQ number. I still do. 324750016. I don't have a 5-digit number, and I'm not Russian. So, 324750016 is my ICQ number all these years. AOL Instant Messenger's dead there, Lady P, unless you can, bring it back. Unless you know how to bring it back. My what was it? TSRAGRWX. That's how much of a weather geek I was. That's the TSRA and GR. That's thunderstorms with hail, and then WX for weather. So that was my AOL Instant Messenger handle for weather codes for encoding weather observations was TSRAGR. That's a geek right there. Anyway, so. The first chapter of the book was you're going to take some JavaScript code, you're going to put it inside a Rust wrapper. Or no, I'm sorry, you're going to put Rust code inside a JavaScript wrapper, and then it's going to render that in the browser. And the Rust the Rust system starts a local host 8080. It starts an npm server, and then you write out a bunch of stuff in WebAssembly on port 8080, and then it would render inside the browser. So you would see your Sierpinski triangle like that inside of the browser, based on the code that you generated from there. Using the WASM bindgen, right? Translating JavaScript to JavaScript code to Rust code, and then dealing with the crates that compile JavaScript, right? And then using canvas tags to do it accordingly. I was able to reactivate my MySpace recently and download some really old photos. Hey, Fixit42, how you doing? Glad you're here. All right, so we're going to draw some sprites according to chapter 2. A sprite is a thing that's so Mario. If you played Mario, in 8-bit video games, was a sprite. Let me go back here. So game sprites. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of them. So you can get like Mega Man ones. They're almost like sprite sheets. Yeah. So you know they do different animations, right? So you can get them to do different things, different actions, different pictures, and then these, you know, like we could use Mega Man if Capcom would let us, and we didn't get, you know, two-dimensional pre-rendered constructs. There's some art involved. Obviously, I didn't draw any of these Mega Man things, and you know, Capcom's lawyers probably wouldn't let me use this in any game that I would create if I wanted to create Walk the Dog. I think Buster X has a dog as a familiar at some point in one of those games. Oh, he climbs up, and yeah. So I don't remember him laughing and stuff. This must be later Mega Man games, but yeah, there's tons of them, not just for Mega Man, but you know, you've got, who's this? You got some Courageous Boy or something like that. Okay, Mario would have one as well. It would be very much smaller in Nintendo because of size requirements and memory requirements. At least that's my thinking. All right, so we're going to design a game called Walk the Dog. We're going to render a sprite to the canvas, use a sprite sheet. There we go. We were just looking at sprite sheets, so there you go. And we're going to animate a character via the sprite sheet. So this is something that I've been interested in for a while. Right, two-dimensional bitmap, like what Lady P said. It is so, and you know, all of these activities, you know, they're going to be individuals, so it's going to refer to. My guess is, and the way I'm thinking it is, in animation, it's going, instead of, you know, the animator laying the changed cells over top of one another, you're going to tell it, oh, I want to go to like for this guy here. They're going to be like different positions or something like that. So it's going to be like, you know, position 5, position 12, position 13. And to run, you're going to have to simulate, you know, position 6, 7, and 8 or something like that if you want them to go down on one knee. So, you know, you're going to pick different animations based on, you know, different actions or activities like that. And looks like there's no shortage of sprites out there or sprite sheets out there. You can go to Vector Stock, for instance, and grab a sprite sheet. So you can go and grab those. Of course, all licensing must be followed. So if they expect you to sell, you know, buy the sheet here, you can do that. This one looks like paper. Wow. I hope that's one image and not per image, because that would be a very expensive sprite sheet in that case. So yeah. Okay. So, please tell me I have water. Oh, good. I have some water. All right. So the author, of course, makes a grandiose claim that by the end of this chapter, we'll be drawing characters instead of static triangles, and you'll even have them running on the screen. That's a bold prediction, Cotton. Let's see if that works out. All right, so technical requirements. So in addition to the technical requirements of Chapter 1, Hello WebAssembly, we'll need to download the assets found at HTTPS, GitHub, Pact Publishing, Gaming with Web Development, Wiki Assets. Late P. The author hasn't met me yet. Yeah, my mama told me when I was younger that I could break a crowbar over my own head. That's just how good I am at doing stuff. So, once more into the breach, dear friends. All right, so we're gonna go to Hetepus. Son of a. Okay. All right, -1/4 of a star. I can't click on this link without it opening in its own thing. Okay, so the raw assets for this game don't fit well into the repository. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Therefore, rather than have them in the repo, I've attached the assets in a zip here. So you're going to click on the link inside the book, which I'm assuming is the same link for both of the things. And they're going to take you to a GitHub page where it's going to be like, download the assets file. So I'm going to save link as. If you're in Windows, you're going to just need to download that. If you're in some other OS other than Windows, you're just going to need to download that file. So I'm going to put this on my desktop real quick. Save, because I'm a TPM now, so I have about 300 links on my desktop. Captain America meme, I get that. Yes. Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war. Digital Warhead. Yes. Thank you for humoring me. All right. So I'm going to open the zip file. I know y'all can't see this. It opens to a folder called Walk the Dog Assets .007. And it created there's inside the zip file and inside the folders, 5 folders called Original, Resized, Sounds, Sprite Sheets, UI, and then Get Ignore. So you should have that in your browser, or not in your browser, but here we go. So make a screenshot here and I can show people what it looks like. Copy. Paste. All right. Copy path. Control-Shift-C. There we go. So those are the 5 that are in there. So you see Original, Resized, Sounds, Sprite Sheets, UI, and Get Ignore. So there's that. All right, so let's go look at Original. So yeah, there's subdirectories among subdirectories. So under Original, there's another 4 folders called Cat, Dog, Free Tile Set, and RHB. So there's going to be a lot of stuff inside of this zip file, including more file folders. Yeah, okay. So, okay, and there's a couple of MP3 files. One called background_song.mp3, sfx_jump23.mp3, and a credits.txt, which all assets used with permission. Background sound is from gamesounds.xyz with links. Okay. OpenGameArt.org, SFX Jump 23. Okay, so in addition to the sprite sheets, we're going to have at some point we're going to have the sprite jumping. So when they jump, it's going to be like when you hear Mario and Super Mario Brothers go boing, boing. So you're going to hear that sound effect when it happens. So, and then of course the background sound is going to be like, doot, 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 doot. Whenever you're hearing the background music from Mario or what have you. Apologies. Mario Brothers was a game from my childhood, and I'm sure that some people are going to tell us, well, Pong was a one from my childhood, or what have you. But just to go that route. So, anywho, all right. So we'll build on top of the results of that chapter as well. So don't throw away the crap. Oh. Man. Okay, so at some point I'm going to have to, if you're reading this book out of order because you can't be tamed by society's rules, you can get the previous chapter source code. Really? Okay, well, now we're talking. All right, so apparently I don't know how GitHub works. So yeah, looks like they gave you all the puzzle pieces. You just have to put them together. Yeah, so don't switch. I'm going to turn some things off here because I'm actually surprised that my graphics card is getting that warm. I did not realize I can push that from my adulthood. Oh, Lady P. That is a true statement. For me, at least, it was one of, I don't think I played Pong. I remember on the Atari, I think I played Apple Hunt on the Commodore 64. My grandfather had his Commodore 64 set up on a TV screen, and I would play Apple Hunt when I would go to the airport where he worked. All right, so you could retcon the stuff when I talked about dropping stars because I didn't have access to the source code. apparently I can't click on links inside of books properly. All right, so let us open up the code that we need. Now, this person swore, let's see, game the tree, so /tree chapter 1. Okay. So I don't see a /tree directory here. Oh, we're in trees chapter 1. Okay, so let me see, where's the I'm going to open up, let's see, no, it's not, it's source, it'd be librs, the main RS, okay, no, that's not it, guessing game, okay, code, oh no, sorry, code. It's been a minute since I've been on this, because I've been in Vegas, so here's librs, oh, here, I have librs no worky, and because that one wasn't working, so here's all of the code from that. This was the Sierpinski triangle that I was trying to, make work, and I couldn't get it to work. So it's the first video game I owned, mid-70s, purchased from the Sears catalog. That's pretty sweet, Lady P. So when I would go see my grandfather, I would play Apple Hunt, and I would play some of the other Commodore 64 games that he had. I didn't go to DEF CON Digital Warhead. You'll have to check out my previous streams. I only did LobbyCon for Black Hat, and I did not win the booby prize of COVID like a lot of folks did. Apparently, as of last count on what amounts for Twitter, 230 some people have come down with the vid. So we've got some unhealthy people, and there was masks at the Black Hat LobbyCon, but there wasn't a ton of masks that I saw. Oh, there was a couple of, it was actually the work event that a lot of the folks that I work with ended up getting it from. They were feeling shitty on Thursday when I flew home, so I didn't feel like garbage. I managed to escape that, so... I believe there is a new variant out. I don't know what it is. It does turn you into a rage zombie, I think. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know what the symptoms are for the new variant. I do know that they're working on some vaccines for that, though. And I will probably get it as soon as I will probably get the vaccine as soon as it comes available to me. All right, so chapter 1, where is the source? Okay, so source. Okay, here's the librs for that one. My 5G speeds have never been better. 28 months later is currently being worked on. Exactly. All right, so this is, okay. So now that I know that there's chapter sections here, I did not see the chapter sections, so I'll have to go back in and review why I could not find the source code for that. Let me see. So I went here. So this is like the top level for this. And I was only looking at this. So it doesn't, for me, I don't see all of the links or all of the directory in this, which is why I was like, okay, I see the source. I see the librs file, but yeah, it's like I couldn't find the stuff that I was looking for. So there's a whole other folder of stuff that I wasn't privy to, I guess, because I guess the tree directory doesn't show up in GitHub. I'm not a developer, obviously, so I didn't know that. So you actually have to go to okay, so let me back this bad boy up. Okay, so tree chapter _1 source. And, because it's an open, publicly accessible, GitHub, you look hard enough, you'll be able to find this stuff, Again, my antisocial behavior proves beneficial. That is true. I should have been wearing a mask. I did not practice proper risk management. I have apparently assumed that COVID was done. I also, so yeah, I'm definitely going to have to, next year I will be taking more masks with me. So I will definitely do that because if I stay for any length of time, and it sounds like I'll be staying more than the days that I took next year, I'm going to be ill. So, all right. So this is the source code for chapter 1, and I'm going to configure. Come on, open up, you bastard. There we go. Hey, Lady P, you might actually get some rain out of this tropical storm Hillary. I know California is definitely going to get some rain. At least SoCal is. Some of the models earlier was saying this was going to go clear up into Oregon, which could have helped the fires, but I don't see that happening anymore. So, all right. So we've got Rand Prelude. What? Oh, interesting. Okay. See, now that I know that I need the chapter 1, oh, you know what? Let's just read through the chapter here for this. So if you want to follow along, you can go buy the book. Send the author, hey, somebody's doing your book online. This person actually did a lot of the Rust book development on their own stream. So you can, go and check out some of those links if the videos are still on that person's Twitch. You can check out the following video to see the code in action at bit.ly.com. All right, so wow, okay, so there was a lot of stuff here that I missed. It was, okay, so code in action, right, by Pact. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I am impatient. There we go. And I'm going to need to set it to 720 at least. Okay, so the person is going through walk the dog assets. Okay. Running through. So yeah, we're definitely going to need that code that they had earlier. So I didn't have any of this access before, or I didn't know about any of this in chapter 1. So they added video, which great. I love that. Let me see, 1080p. There we go. That's a little better. I would do full screen, but I can't. So, all right. So we got, we're adding HTML element. I'm thinking that rand bit on the first line was what I was having issues with. Okay. I didn't minimize. Okay, so content draw. I'm assuming there's some audio or somebody's explaining stuff as we're going along. So I apologize. You can go check this link out, without me, if you really want that. And I'm going to have to go and check this out too. When I'm not learning DaVinci Resolve, of course, because, I don't have enough shit to do. All right, so WebSys console log. Oh, these are the drawing the sprites thing. Okay, so this is like the chapter 2 version, so I don't want to go through that one immediately. I don't remember them seeing the code in action video for chapter 1. That would have been nice. It would have been nice to have that. You know what? And before I say that, I've been wrong already once today, so I'm going to just kind of go back and see if there's something I missed here. So Rust, okay, sits up right out of the box. Okay, all right. So, all right, kids, don't listen to Uncle Brian. Oh God, look at me. Okay, so yeah, there was video of how to make it work as well as code. So I am not someone to emulate right now on the stream, so that's me. That's all me. So back to 5 stars on the book until I figure out something else that it did wrong. Apologies to the author and to Pact. You're doing a good job so far. I'm the idiot here, but I should never have assumed anything otherwise. So that's okay. That's how we learn, right? We learn by making mistakes. We don't learn by accomplishing things. Well, we do, but we learn more from failure. And I'm gonna stand by that point. So No one ever does. Oh, Lady P, man. Oh well, that you know what they'll listen to me when they need to. If I was a developer, this would not be a problem because you know I would understand what all is going on here. So, 1 second. Okay, cool. I just wanted to. I got something from Twitch. I didn't know if they were like, "Hey, you know, we noticed you're streaming on other sites. We're gonna kick your butt off." So, all right, yeah. The Sierpinski triangles don't work, but I don't know how far we're gonna get into this. So it might just be fun to poke through and just read through some of the issues. Okay, so we've got Red Hat Boy, King of the Triangle. Okay, so we're in chapter 2 now. So. Where is it? Spawning a future. Okay. Asynchronous rust. Oh man, boy, I zipped down too far, didn't I? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. Sorry. All right. Sorry for that. All right. So we're gonna render some sprites. All right. So just like the technical requirements in chapter 1, chapter 2 says. Here's where you can get the wiki assets, which I just downloaded. The source code for chapter 2, if you want to follow along. I'm not going to call it cheating anymore because obviously I've needed help in chapter 1 to get to where we're needing to. So buy the book. Definitely buy the book. And, you know, go read through those and watch the video on how things should work. So... Lady P, what was that from Star Trek? It's like I just told a lie and then I just lied or something like that and made the robot's head fall off. Yeah. So in the previous chapter, I had you create a project called Walk the Dog, and you were so engrossed by the process of creating a Rust project and my thrilling prose, you didn't even ask why the name of the project. We'll dig into the game we're making for this book called Walk the Dog. Walk the Dog is an endless runner. Endless runner is similar to Flappy Birds, right? Or the helicopter game, you know, where you're, you know, moving the helo through the stacks, you know, that I've tried and on the stream here and I fail at miserably. So it's an endless runner with a simple concept. You play as a boy walking his dog through the forest when your dog is surprised by a cat that runs by and starts chasing it. You, in turn, begin chasing your dog, dodging obstacles until you crash into one or fall, at which point, of course, the dog turns around and checks on you. See, it would be funnier if the dog turns around and laughs at you like Duck Hunt did. You know, it's like, ah, ha, ha, you know, anyway. In case you hadn't guessed, the idea for this game came to me while walking the dog on ice. I've used Miro to make a prototype just to get a feel for what the game would look like. What's Miro? Let's go look at Miro.com. Miro.com. It's a Teams visual platform. Okay. So it's like storyboarding. So this is what the concept looks like. To make a prototype, just get the feel for what the game will look like. Walk the dog screen hypothetically. Okay, so it's like a storyboard or a concept. You know, when you're trying to sell a product to somebody, you're gonna be like, "Hey, it's gonna look like this," you know, and here's what the UI is gonna look like. We haven't built the UI yet. This is what we're hoping it looks like. In this case, it may not end up looking well. I'm sure the author has figured out how to make it look somewhat similar to this. But if you were building your own game, your grandiose ideas over here may not materialize on the finished side of this. Before you get the idea, I'm a great artist. All the assets are freely available online via Creative Commons licenses. You might notice that the background is a little fuzzy relative to the characters. That's because I made no effort to scale the characters to fit beyond copying and pasting them into Miro and dragging the corners around. When we place the actual objects in the game, we'll need to make a better effort than that. Okay. The Little Red Hat Boy runs the same as most endless runners, such as Cannibalt. Oh, didn't know about that one. Or the Dinosaur T-Rex game that shows up when you start Google Chrome without an internet connection. Oh, okay. Well, there's a nice Easter egg for people. If you start up Google Chrome without an internet connection, you get the dinosaur game. Okay. The dog and cat will navigate all obstacles effortlessly and are there just to give players an idea on how to catch the dog, perhaps mislead the player into crashing, taking a path they cannot follow. Obstacles. Well, wait, so what do you mean, Beta Wolf? You mean the dinosaur game? I'm not as up on the internets as some of you young folks these days. What's this dinosaur game? Google Chrome. I don't have Google Chrome right now, so I'm not even sure I can get to the dinosaur game. Oh, I've seen him on the error page, but I didn't know he was actually part of a game. Okay, this Easter egg is usually hidden on the no internet connection error page in Google Chrome's web browser and played offline. Here, however, you can play the hacked runner game online and compete with other players. Press spacebar to start the game. Oh, okay. Ah, look at it go. Zoom. Oh. God damn it. Let's try it again. He jumps a little high, don't he? Yeah, there we go. Ah, look at me. Oh. No, I'm not addicted. Bookmark. Anyway. No, honestly, I tried. I tried the Flappy Birds one for a little while, and the one with the helicopter thing. I get bored after a while. There's no goal, right? I need to have a goal. I mean, at least it just turned into a 4-hour stream. No, it didn't. Let's see. What's Cannibalt? Okay. Infinite Runner. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's on Google Play or whatever. Okay. Oh, you can play the original game by just clicking here. No. Oh, there you go. You can play the original game here. Okay. Ew, no. Alternate HTML content placed here. This content requires Adobe Flash. Well, there's the problem. It's freaking Flash. Gross. Oh. My internet provider is saying we're preparing for potential service outages during the storm. Visit spectrum.net. Oh. Well, that sucks. Yeah, if we lose internet connectivity, I won't have anything to watch TV with. There are some advantages to having satellite dish, but it is what it is. So, obstacles will include rocks and boxes you can crash into and water you can fall into. Red Hat Boy has a slide animation, so sometimes he'll need to slide under little cliffs, which the dog runs under effortlessly. It's not enough for a fully fledged game, but it's enough to give us a checklist of features for future chapters. Okay, let's say goodbye to our triangles and begin rendering our adorable Red Hat Boy. Sprite is a term so commonplace it's possible to use it in conversation without actually knowing its meaning. Yet properly defining it means properly defining bitmap, which in turn properly defines a pixmap. Did you know this term sprite was coined in the 1970s by Danny Hillis? Oh my, okay. While I find all of this fascinating, you didn't get this book for that, so for our purposes, a sprite's a 2D image loaded from a file. Red Hat Boy is cat, dog, and the background will all be sprites. So very similar almost to the layers that I have on my stream. It's like I have a sprite for my subscriptions, which are very low right now. I have the chat stream. I have one for the YouTube chat, which is on technically, and then a picture for myself, and pictures for this. So they're all sprites in the simplest form. And what we're just gonna layer them on top of one another. So we're gonna have the background, we're gonna have the dog, the boy, the cat, the box, the cliff, the trees, and whatever, water. All of those are gonna layer on top of the system. And just like the Sierpinski triangle, they're gonna iterate, right? So they'll iterate over so many times or what have you. So, okay. So we'll start by unzipping the assets and copying the idle one PNG file from the resized RHB into the static directory in your project. This will make it reachable from your program. As we build the program out, we'll need further organization, but for one file, this is fine. Next, we'll need to modify our code. You can leave the Sierpinski triangle in there for now as it looks cute next to our sprite. But the first thing to do is to use the HTML image element to load an image. Okay. For now, it's important you load and draw the image before calling the Sierpinski, before calling into the Sierpinski triangle. It looks like this. So we have the WASM bind start. Here's our public function, main.js. A little on the yellow side on my microphone. Sorry, I just noticed that. Result.js value. So let image equals websys HTML image new unwrap. Okay, and then set image source to be idle. So for one, this person is horrible because there's fucking file name spaces in file names. No, do not. This person's nope, not gonna do it. But I will change. I'm gonna have to change that. I cannot have a freaking space in my file name. So apologies to y'all. All the best games were in Flash. You're absolutely right, Lady P. Elf Bowling, Balloons. Oh, Tower. Don't get. If you want to see a 4-hour stream, Tower Defense games. I used to play the hell out of Tower Defense games when I was on Watch. I could probably say that. Yeah. You get bored on nighttime. Tower Defense games were my favorite. So yeah, there was tons of Tower Defense games you could play. Balloons. I think I played the original Balloons. Yeah, those were. Oh yeah, here you go. Balloons Tower Defense. Yeah, if you want to. This is almost an infinite runner as well. I mean, you could almost create something for this. So, I mean, yeah. So anyway. Yep, I played this one. That one's fun. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, those were games I could play forever, and yeah, they were in Flash as well back in the day. So the good thing is, it looks like they've been ported to something that doesn't suck, or a Flash emulator that runs in Python or Ruby or what have you. All right, so once again, you'll get this is what was off-putting for me when I was trying to figure this out without realizing that there was actually code in the GitHub. Could not find. Amusingly, Danny and I shared classes, and we were out for PhDs at the same time, but mine was in math. He received the Grace Hopper Award. The modern GPU architecture and its use in AI was his invention for his. Holy shit! Wow. That's crazy. Modern GPU architecture and use in AI was his invention for dissertation. Danny is a billionaire, yes, or was. I mean, using the modern GPU architecture with AI, that's nuts, man. Yeah, I mean, the use of GPU over using CPU for crunching things, that makes the most sense in the world. So, all right. Anyway, we're so for you load and draw the image. He's the one who founded Thinking Machines Corp. Oh, okay. Thinking Machines Corp. Ah, supercomputer manufacturer and artificial intelligence company. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, you mean this Danny? There he is. I'm assuming you mean this Danny there, Lady P. Wow. Okay. That's pretty badass. Well, he's still doing something. There you go. I think I got everybody. Oh, I didn't get the LinkedIn people. So there we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm so pretty. All right, remember that web-sys crate makes heavy use of feature flags, so you'll need to add HTML image element to the feature flag list on cargo.toml. Yeah, that's right. So the cargo.toml, yeah, so when they mentioned console, window, document, HTML, canvas element, canvas rendering context 2D element, so we'll just add... Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's, I mean, Wikipedia is a poor, I'm sure the person, Danny's got, tons of, thinking machines, Imagineering, applied invention. He's probably some, engineer emeritus or something at some organization. Popular science book. Oh. The pattern on the stone attempts to explain concepts from computer science for laymen using simple language, metaphor, and analogy. All right. Hey, fix it. Good night. Take care of yourself. Tell people about us or something. So, all right. Let's close that up. All right. So yeah, we can go in here and add HTML image. Oh, I have to put my commas in. HTML image element. Last I saw, he was a professor at MIT Media Lab. Wow. Well, if that's all he could get, it's... Hey, Terradome. Oh, holy God. We've got people joining. Oh, hello, Raiders. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, fix it. Go and have a snooze. If it's 1 a.m. your time. Yeah. Welcome, Cyber Viking UK. It's very early in the morning for them over there, so I appreciate that. Yep, there we go. Well, now that I've got like legitimate people on, that's odd. It makes me almost want to go to chapter 1 on the GitHub and just copy paste things in. So, hello, MSEC. How you doing? It's good to see you. All right. So we'll need to add HTML image element to the feature flag list in cargo toml. After you add that, rebuilding will take a little longer, but the application will build again now that you've loaded the image and we can draw it. As most people who've been following here, we are... that will obviously not build because I don't have the chapter 1 stuff in there, and I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to cheat. Apologies for those of you looking to learn this. I went through chapter 1. I had issues with the code, and I just ignorantly found out that librs has all of the information that I have. Control-C, Control-V. All right, there we go. I promise I will go back through and actually review this before I do that. Beta Wolf for all the illegitimate people. Hello, Cyber Viking UK. Thank you for the raid. Thank you all. Thank you to the other Vikings, Cyber Vikings who are here. Cyber Viking, it's late there, y'all. Go get some sleep. It's like what, 1 a.m. something like that. So appreciate you coming and hanging out though. Oh, and then I need to figure out how to start the build again. Let me. God, I'm on page 36. Right on. You will not hurt my feelings if you have to drop off. It's only 4 p.m. Pacific time here in San Diego, so you will not hurt my feelings. Everyone should get enough sleep. So I'm going to scroll back up and make sure that I get my build started properly. I'm on chapter 1 here. Let me see, where is the build start again? Oh, very cool. Okay. All right, so we're learning Rust. We're using the Pact Publishing book. You can go and check that out. I really should add that to as a bang while we're doing the doing those items. Let's see, walk the dog. Right. Okay, installing WASM pack. npm run start. That's right, npm run start. Oh, there you go. Okay, so npm run start. Do 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 All right, so we are rim raffing. We're building this again because as chapter 2 said, once you start adding other bits like the HTML image element, it's going to take a few minutes to rebuild, but the application will build again. So checking WASM was installed. We're compiling to WASM. Here's the local 8181. I must still have 8080 running. Ugh. I've rebooted this several times, so the 8080 should not exist anymore. Yeah, so there was several error messages that popped up, obviously. So yeah, I'll have to go in and poke around and see what that is. The depth thing is what got me on the chapter 1 stuff, and I'm getting it again, so I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on, but okay, so for you to load and draw the image, all right, so we need to put in, I'm going to close, I'm going to shrink this down. Oops. I'm going to close that. All right, so under WASM, let's see, where's the pub func? Okay, here it is. Pub func main results JS value. Okay, let image. Where's image set? Oh, okay, so we put it right here. I think they want you to put that right there. So we're going to let image. Now be advised, I just literally did a filthy copy paste from the Are you doing the WASM bind gen yourself? I'm too lazy and just use you for it. I find it easier to work with, but this is cool to see how it works like this too. Thank you for being here, Stingen577. The book is yeah, the person who authored the book is like, yeah, we're going to use that. So I know nothing about Rust, so I don't know what it means by doing the bind gen yourself. I'm assuming I'm just going to be following along here, but yeah, if you have any clarification to what you had suggested there, I'm would love to have that. But yeah, I'm just following along because that's what he said we would use. I don't have any other option. I don't understand U. I don't know what U is, so I'm assuming it's another WebAssembly kind of implementation. This was more like, throw a dart, found a book on Rust, going to do it. So, yeah. But yeah, I know as I have found numerous times, there are more than one implementation of everything in the world. It's the Linux problem, where somebody decides they want to create something else. Oh, I also need to put the PNG in the directory. I don't know why this person decided to create a file name with a space in it. Yeah, or special characters for that instance. I cannot do that. So I'm going to use just a front-end framework in Rust. It can also compile to WASM. It's more easy to work with, but doing what you're doing is closer to the WASM, I think. Oh, okay. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to grab, where was the WASM files? The WASM files were downloads. Oh, I put those on my desktop. Where are they? Move my browser. Oh yeah, walk the dog. It was walk the dog zip. So, come on, man. All right. There it is. Walk the dog assets. Walk the dog assets. And it's in the resized RHB. Resized RHB directory. Oh man, there's spaces in all these file names. Oh, God. Okay. Honestly, I cannot abide by a space in a file name. People need to figure out something better. All right, I'm gonna just expand this zip archive, so that way I can make the file name change. All right, come on. Unzip, 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 unzip. Hey, Mihopone, thank you for being here. Appreciate that. All right, done. All right, let's go to resized RHB. Hey, Age of Music, how you doing? Oh, I see, the idle one. All right, so idle one, there it is. All right, so I've removed the file name space in there. All right, and I'm gonna copy. Let's see, I need to put this in there. All the cool kids are doing it. Yes, I'm back at Rust. Yes. Yes. All right, so where did it say I needed to put that? Start by unzipping the assets and copying the file into the static directory in your project. All right. Okay, so let's see if I can just drop that bad boy in here. Oh, click and drag. Oh. God bless you, Windows. You know how to do shit properly. All right, so if you notice, there's a slight difference here because I abhor spaces. So I took the space out. I just have to make sure that I remember. Lady P, Beta Wolf, keep me honest. If I put a space in the idle one or any of the idles, I'm going to change all of the file names because they all have spaces in here. I don't know why. So must be a thing this person likes to do because they like pain and they like systems that don't escape properly or something like that. So idle one PNG. Okay, and then all right. So all right, so set image source idle1.png. We got all the other Sierpinski stuff in here. Yes, completely agree, Stingen. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't understand it either. It's the thing from Linux that I've kept. It's like you have an underscore, you have a dash or something. You got to have them in there. Even on my Windows box, I don't have anything with spaces in them. It just happens that way. All right, so now what I need to do is bring the terminal back up. Where's the terminal? I want to show my terminal. There we go. All right. All right, close that one off. There we go. All right, so it failed to compile again. It says thread RNG not found in the. Let me. Okay, so Rust failed to compile. Thread RNG not found in this scope. Undeclared crate or module rand. So there's the rand. I must have failed to do something else further back in the dock. Yeah, the special characters altogether, I'm not a fan of, especially if they're not escaped. You know, the one time you don't escape them and then you get an error, you're trying to figure all that out. Just very painful, very painful. So, so it didn't. It says use of undeclared crate or module. I feel like I'm missing something that I should have put maybe in the cargo toml file. Let's see. Did you run cargo add rand? I think it's a crate you still have to import. Ah, okay. Oops. Terminal. Code. All right. Cargo add rand. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so I will add some white space or get rid of some white space. I know it's dirty. Okay, there we go. Still failed. like I said, there was imp. Oh, is there do I have to put imp in as well? I said could not find HTML in WebSys error. Okay. Cargo module imp. Mm-hmm. Imp get random inner dest. Let me go back to the. Nope, that's not it. There it is. All right, so make sure there wasn't anything I missed there. I mean, I literally copy pasted the whole thing here, so you go back to static. Things are a little on the slow side, aren't they? All right, let me double check my cargo.toml to make sure I've got everything in there that I need. Create type cdylib. I bet I didn't put that in there. Oh, nope, I put that in there. Okay, LTO true. We alloc. Wasm bindgen 278, and then console panic hook. Rand is 084 instead of 085. I wonder if that makes a difference. Thought this stuff was supposed to be backward compatible. Get random. I did not add the get random. Okay, so copy. There we go. And then WebSys, yes. Console, window, document, HTML canvas event, canvas rendering, and then element. And then it wanted me to add the HTML element. Bindgen 0328, 0318, 0355, 0428. Okay, so everything seems to be fine there. So save those. I'll save this again. Ah, compiled successfully. Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay, where's my sprite though? Holy crap. Look at me. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and read that stuff again. Thanks for the heads up there, Sinjin. Appreciate that. So is Tom's markup language obvious? No. Not for me, Age of Music, but I'm still pretty much a noob at this. So, I mean, I went through the Rust book, a lot of the examples in there. So I'm just surprised it's successfully compiled, but I don't see I see the tag, but I don't see the sprite. So, I'm not sure why. it's the thank you Digital Warhead, thank you Lady P. Yeah, Digital Warhead, add you to the list of keeping me honest on those things. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it actually worked. It would have been helpful if I'd have known about the chapter 1 stuff, a couple weeks ago when I was working through this. So I'm actually surprised I still have people who are watching this. So all right, let's go back to the chapter and it says, once again, you'll get the error, could not find. Okay, so I added the HTML image element already because I was trying to follow along with that. It says, now you've loaded the image and we can draw it. Okay, so I'm assuming I need to add it to the canvas. So the element, the idle one is there. It's loaded in as something that could be called, but I haven't drawn it into the canvas yet. That's what I'm understanding here. I could never work on a code window so small, by the way. I agree. My canvas obviously is a bit small from a point of view. I guess I could shrink up my browser window and make it a little smaller. What you're not seeing is that I'm not sharing my whole screen. I'm sharing little bits of my screen. So yeah. I just wanted to keep the book readable so that people could see what was being read. And then, you know, so yeah, my actual Code Insiders takes up a good portion of my 32-inch 4K monitor. Yeah. All right. So so what it feels like is I've loaded the image into when I ran the build because it compiled successfully. So I'm going to be able to call idle1.png when I add it in for the canvas coordinates. Yeah. Can I increase font size in the code window? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure I can. Let's see. Oh, wait. I think I can just Control plus, right? Yeah, there we go. My old man font eyes work well now. Yes, excellent. Control scroll wheel. Oh. Oh, yeah, look at that. No, that didn't work. All it does is scroll down lines for me. Yeah, Alt. Nope, that didn't work either. Control minus, Control plus work, though. But it also increases the size of the UI, so. Yeah. Yeah, see, when I hit Control and scroll, then... Yeah, Control and scroll doesn't work. Yeah, Control plus, yeah, is the entire UI, so you can... let me see. Editor layout. Nope. Appearance. Zoom in, zoom out. Control equal, Control minus, reset zoom. Yeah. Yeah, I will muddle through with the there we go. Make that work. Notepad++ is nice. Yeah, I didn't purposefully use I tried to use something that would work across both Mac, Linux, and Windows. So all right, so before we draw it, we need to cover one thing about the canvas you might have noticed from the first chapter, and that's the coordinate system, right? Canvas is multiple contexts, but you can only use one per canvas. We're using a 2D canvas, which gives us an API for drawing directly to the screen. We make a bunch of line to and move to commands that may not have made sense at the time, which is why we need to discuss the coordinate system. Okay, so yeah, X and Y, and then, okay, so, right. Source is Mozilla, all right? Our canvas is divided into a 2D grid with dimensions of 600 by 600. 600 by 600 is the height and width of our canvas element, right? I think we covered that. Where is that at? Oh no, I think we have it in here somewhere. Where is it? I know we set a canvas element at some point in our script here, so we'll find it. Yeah, so on the HTML page it was created. All right, so if we go to our static HTML index page, here you see the height and width are 600 by 600. We can make it well, we couldn't make it infinite. Well, you can make it really big and really tall, but obviously if you make, you know, 4K height and width on your canvas, you know, you're going to do a lot of scrolling on your browser screen, and it's going to eat up a lot of memory, I would think. So, all right. So we're going to units of the grid are pixels. So when we move the top of our triangle to 300.0 to 0.0 or 0.0, we moved it 300 pixels to the right because X is first, and 0 pixels down because Y is second. So right, just like on a map where you go, you know, A5, you're going to look for A and then 5 because Y is the second. The X-axis, the Y-axis, and then the Z-axis would be your, you know, zoom if we were using 3D. We're not yet. Note that the 0 is at the top of the screen because 0.0 and 0.0 is the top left corner of the canvas. So interesting. So, you know, if you have an XY axis like that, we're actually using this, we're using the southeast quadrant of an XY axis like that. Yeah, I mean, every time I've gone into math class, our grids have always looked like, well, they've always looked like this. So, you know, you've got your Y axis that goes that way and your X axis like that. Anything on the other sides were negative numbers, right? Anyway, or your X was negative or your Y was negative. Drawing images. Drawing one image at this point seems uncomplicated. We'll use the draw image command from JavaScript. We'll only use the web-sys version for HTML element. Remember that JavaScript functions frequently use function overloading, which Rust does not support. So one JavaScript function may have many corresponding variations in Rust. Oh, good. I thought it was going to be difficult. So let's add the draw command right after the code to load the image and we'll be done. So image set. Okay, so I'm assuming all of this is happening in librs. And where did we add our bits? We added our bits. Okay, close that down. Canvas rendering, okay. Let's color stir format, okay. That's what I okay, Sierpinski. Oh yeah, here, let image. There we go. These are the two lines we added right here. Let's see. Let's add the draw command right after the code to load the image. All right, so right after we set the code to load the image, so we need to go right here and then let's see, context. Oh, 1 second. For fuck's sake. Sorry, my wife is downstairs. She may be trying to hit me up. Something for you to test. Lol. What? I'm not clicking on that. I know my mother sent that to me and it's not some kind of spam or some kind of thing, but I'm not going to click on that right now. Oh, God. Okay. Element, and then ampersand image 0.0, and then 0.0. And so we're going to draw the image. We're going to put the sprite at the coordinates 0.0, 0.0, so it'll be in the top left corner. So if this is correct, hold on, let me read what we got. We've ignored results from that command, but we should draw the image, except it doesn't. It turns out you can't draw the image immediately after setting the source of an image element because the image hasn't been loaded yet. In order to wait for the image to be loaded, we'll use the onload callback of HTML image element, which you can set up using the set_onload in Rust. To do that, you'll need to learn a little bit about using JavaScript callbacks from Rust in the WebAssembly environment. The one thing I've found out about learning Rust or Go or Python is much like, well, and also like Docker and all these things, you have to know things backwards. So if you want to know Docker, you got to learn Linux. If you want to learn, orchestration, you got to do it. So now we're learning Rust, but then we have to learn JavaScript, and then we have to learn WebAssembly, and then we have to da-da. So, all right, so JavaScript callbacks. It should have been like learning JavaScript and Rust and game development and WebAssembly all in one book, but I understand the need for this. So once you set the onload callback via the setOnload function in Rust, you're calling into JavaScript from WebAssembly via a function that the WebSys has generated for you. Unfortunately, translating the following JavaScript to Rust is complicated by the fact that JavaScript is garbage collected, whereas Rust uses manual memory management. Compiling U to Rust does the JS for you. Game is game. Oh. Very, very interesting. This book, the other reason I got this book was it was written in 2022. I wanted a book that was fairly recent. So there was some reason he enjoyed you, didn't use you. I'm assuming it's just a matter of public perception. There was another one that Beta Wolf had mentioned as well. I'm in their Discord. A game engine or something. What was that? Let's see. Which one? I forget. If Beta Wolf, you're still here, just throw that up for somebody. I'm in their Discord, but I have like 50 Discords. So let's see. It was a bird. Had a bird. Bevy. Yeah, Bevy. Bevy was the one. They have a bird for their icon, I think. Yeah, there it is. Bevy engine. Yes. Bevy cheat book. Copy link. There you go. Crap on a cracker. All right. Stupid ass. So they have a Bevy book for that. Ignore that link. That's to their Discord channel. You can join their Discord channel and then click on that link if you wanted to. But there's their Bevy cheat book if you're interested in checking that out. So, yeah, there's a number of different ones. They all do different things for different people. So, all right. So, following JavaScript to Rust is complicated. Take this example on load. Alert loaded. What this means is to actually pass a function in JavaScript as we want to do here, you have to use a complicated signature as well as think carefully about the borrowing rules of Rust. It's the kind of code that finally makes sense after you get it right. It can be hard to write. Godot. I'm assuming it's Godot, like waiting for Godot. Game engine, you can already do it because Godot apparently allows any language to latch on in some way. Haven't looked into it. By the way, you made a typo. You put a dash instead of an underscore in the draw image function. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, yes, there it is. There we go. Yeah, it won't be the last one. I appreciate the call out there. Good QA work. Good QA work there. Thank you. All right. So back in our source code, right after creating HTML image element, we can add an onload callback in a way that seems intuitive. Let image, yes, image set underscore onload. All right. So we need to let image. Okay. So I need to add a line here. Image set onload, and then that's 2 pipes, and then little squiggly bits, and then web sys console log underscore 1 ampersand JS value from stir loaded. Okay, this is where I get in trouble. There we go. Moving my browsers and everything over. Semicolon, and we're gonna add a semicolon down here because it didn't add one, and then image set idle1.jpg or PNG. All right, intuitive might be an exaggeration, but that fits with the code we know how to write so far. Unfortunately, that doesn't work as you'll get compiler errors about mismatched types as shown here. Okay, why do I need to? I don't want to build this if it's going to get, fix it later. So as the error says, onload doesn't take a Rust closure, but instead takes option JS function. Unfortunately, the error doesn't tell you how to fix it. And it's not clear how to create the JS sys function object. What you can do is start by creating a closure object with a capital C by passing that into set onload. All right, so let me see. We have let web HTML unwrap, let callback. Okay, sure. All right, so we'll go back here. Let callback equal closure, capital C, once, and then everything else should be good, yeah? Yeah. Websys console log JS value from stir. Okay, loaded. Oh, and then set image onload. Oh, okay. Image set onload callback. Interesting. Okay, so we create a. Okay, wow, that's crazy. Closure is a WASM bindgen struct that is used to transfer a Rust closure to JavaScript. It's funny that they had to build a lot of junk to work with JavaScript. So obviously they're inheriting in some ways a lot of the problems with JavaScript instead of trying to create their own canvas type function that works inside without JavaScript. But I get it. JavaScript works with HTML, so you'd have to build a bunch of extra additional infrastructure. But it sounds like they could have cut out the middleman by just including this functionality as some kind of Rust library or something like that. Did I say just? Sorry, I hate the word just. I'm sure there's some reason for that. Okay, so here we're using the once function on closure because we know the onload handler is only called once. That makes sense. Okay. However, we can't just send that to JavaScript as is, trying to set, okay, so via set onload callback results in the following error. Okay, so I've added a bunch of stuff that we're going to end up taking out anyway. Remember that set onload wants option JSYst function, and so far we've only created closure. Unfortunately, the closure struct provides a way to make that conversion, which looks like this. So we'll set onload some callback as ref. You know, I'm new to Rust, but this sounds janky as shit, and I would be wondering about the code quality of something like this in terms of, I don't know, security vulnerabilities in the long run. So I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that later. What's this? Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So I haven't built this yet because every time I go through, they're like, oh, well, this won't work because of blah. So I haven't built anything yet. If I went to the web page, it wouldn't look right. It's still going to be the same as the last time I built it. So once he gives us the right answers why this will now build, then I'll be good. Okay, so it looks like we're down at the last part where he says, hooray, it compiles. The draw code looks like this. First, we call as ref, right? As ref, so call back as ref, which turns a raw JS value, and then we call unchecked ref, which converts that to a function object. We pass that into sum because onload can be null in JavaScript. Hooray, it compiles. The code now looks like this. So let image web sys HTML image new unwrap. Okay. Let callback struct closure once. Okay. Web sys console underscore log underscore one JS value from stir loaded. Okay. Image set onload some callback as ref unchecked ref. Image set source. Okay. As image idle one.jpg. Or fuck it, PNG, draw image with HTML element at image 0.0.0. Okay. And if you run the app, it still doesn't show our image, but it does log the error in the... Okay. Yep, failed to compile. Unclosed delimiter. Oh, interesting. So some. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Line 30 miss. Yeah. Let me go back and see where I missed that. Oh, I see. Yeah, there were 3 of these little janky things right there. Close parens. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now that we've... Yep. Okay. So it still failed to compile. Still doesn't show our image, but does log an error. Mine doesn't say uncaught error. So... I'm getting a completely different error message. No method named T by ID. Okay, well, where's T by ID in my thing? Did I make another mistake? T by ID. T underscore. Okay, so there's no T by ID canvas. This is in the old stuff. I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on. Why that would be an error message. Did I not import that? Okay, well. Ooh, that's a few things. Okay. All right, so let's go back and run that again. Still didn't find it. That's interesting. Okay. Method not found in document. Okay, so oh, you know what I think I did? I think I had a bad copy paste or something. So it's supposed to be get element by ID, and that would explain why I'm having the error issue. Yeah. So it should have just been, I don't know what happened there. I don't think I removed anything. Get element by ID. Okay, all right. Holy shit, we got a bunch of stuff wrong now. No console in the root. Oh. Well, there it is right there. There's console. Bind, gen, cast, prelude. I don't think we've gotten to Serta yet. Well, so Stingen, I don't know what happened, but I know get element by ID was supposed to be there. For some reason, get ELEM got removed from this from the Rust at some point. So, you know, this was supposed to be get element by ID, and all it ended up was T by ID. So, yeah, I don't know what happened there. That got deleted somehow. I don't even remember deleting it or even being down in this area. So, yeah. But I'm definitely not getting the error that he said. I'm getting a bunch of no console in root, not found in WebSys, not found in WebSys. Not exactly sure why I'm getting these errors. Line 43. So line 43. Canvas rendering 2D. All right, well, let's go see if I've made another mistake. Okay, I don't know why all this stuff is not popping up, but this is okay. So let me see. All right, and then 23 and 30. So line 23. Yeah, see, I've got it in some of them, but I don't have it on all of them. It's really weird. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay, 89 and 24. So 89. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom here and save this again. Okay, well, we're getting closer. This function takes 5 arguments before we're supplied. All right, well, let's keep going here. Jesus Christ. Not found in this scope. Context fill 104. Yeah, see, that's completely gone from the chapter 2. I'm assuming the finished chapter 2. So there's some stuff in here. Context closed path. Context not found in this scope. I have no idea what that means. Still have the triangle still up here, so that's good. Well, I mean, it wouldn't redraw the screen if it hadn't compiled successfully. So, HTML canvas 1630. Context wasn't declared, it seems. That's fair. 1630. Okay. Not found in WebSys. Context. Yeah, well, how would one declare context? Because it looks like they didn't declare it either. Because I mean, some of these things haven't shown up in the system yet. So, I mean, we're not at the end of chapter 2. So there's going to be some additional bits that we don't have. All right. Here's context. Let context equal canvas. All right, so we're in line 19. See, he yanks all this out, or he's... Oh, no, there it is. Let canvas equal document. Let canvas equal... Or context equal canvas. 2D, unwrap, on WebSys canvas rendering, 2D. Oh, no, wait, it has been. It was part of the function args. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why these things came up all of a sudden like this, where it's like, you know, we're getting those errors because it obviously worked originally. Because I wouldn't have gotten the colored triangles otherwise. All right, Digital Word, have a good weekend. Stay safe. So yeah, I'm a little unsure as to why it's complaining at me on this though. Let's double check and make sure I don't. At some point we'll add this, but we're not there yet. So prelude, WASM bind, WASM JCast, or JSCast, console, yeah. We'll add this struct at some point, as well as some of these other things. All right, let me go back. We add one more call. Yeah, I'm gonna add this one more call here, just to. Let's see. Let callback set on load image set on load. Okay, unwrap to check. Callback forget colon. All right. Calling forget on the callback hands our memory management to Rust to JavaScript from Rust to JavaScript, effectively creating a deliberate memory leak. It's not something we want to do often, and here it's strictly to get us past our latest error. It's okay. don't take it. I don't take it personally. As somebody who doesn't code, I'm in management. I'm just trying to learn something new and to entertain people. So, for the 7 people who are here, I'm sure they're entertained out the ass, or they're just cringing like a mofo because this is not working as expected. So, yeah, I don't know what's up, but I mean, yeah. Let me see. Could not find HTML image element in WebSys. I'm wondering, is there something I'm missing in like cargo.toml that I should have added, at least for chapter 2? Double check. Walk the game. Futures. We'll add CERTA at some point, SERDE. Yeah, that's the one thing about here we make a deliberate memory leak. I'm not a fan of that. That just screams, there's probably memory leaks all over the place in Rust, games that are running JavaScript stuff. All you have to do is, I would say you look for those kinds of things where, deliberate memory leaks are in place. So let me double check and make sure we've got everything we need. Oh, let me see. Where's the options here for cargo.toml? Where the fuck is it? Am I in the right one? Let me open up. Okay, code. Okay. Dependencies.websys is missing. Okay, so yeah, there's some dependencies missing, including my features file. What the? Okay, I don't know how the hell that happened, but I'm missing some stuff, like it got deleted. I don't remember randomly just going in and deleting stuff, so I will add those back because those should be in there. That's a stupid error, so I don't know what caused that. Control S. All right, and I'm going to go back into my librs. Still failed to compile. Okay, well, that's better, I think. Okay. Sierpinski. When you ran cargo add websys, you probably reinstalled it and removed the feature flags. Why would I remove it? So running this will mean I'll reinstall it and then it'll go complete shite again, and then I'll have to add those things back. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize it would actually make changes to the file. So let me do this again and see if that comes up again. Let me grab that so I don't futz it up again. Yep, that's exactly what happened. There you go. There you go. All right, so there we go. Fixed. Well, that got fixed, and I understand why now things got worked. So that's good. Okay, so yeah, close that one as well. There we go. All right, so the Sierpinski thing is giving me issues. Function Sierpinski. Failed to compile. This function takes 5 arguments before arguments were supplied. All right, where's the function Sierpinski at? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have left, middle, left, bottom, middle, next color, and depth. So there's 5, but only 4 arguments were supplied. Why is that? Okay, so there's... Can't believe I have to figure out the Sierpinski shit again. I shouldn't have to. This should already be fixed. But go back to chapter 1 here. Okay. Source. All right, so for all the Sierpinski crap, did it? Okay, so where's function Sierpinski? Okay, so context, canvas. Okay, so it doesn't like, so in chapter 1, the canvas rendering stuff is not what needs, is gone. Super weird. Just super freaking weird. So my thought was there, you're saying to use U, but for me, you know, you said it's a lot easier and it does all this stuff on the back end for you. Is that like how Dreamweaver did HTML back in the day, where if you actually viewed the source of a Dreamweaver site, it was like a whole mess of shit? And it's like, okay, looking under the hood, it's like everything looks pretty on the front, but under the hood, it's like there's just a bunch of garbage? Or is it actually kind of clean? Let's see, line 16-ish. Okay, HTML. Okay, so that actually needed that. And this WebSys actually needed that. Okay. Infinitely recursive excrement. For sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. One of these days, we won't have to worry about any of this. Function Serpent. Okay, so, let's see. So we've got func main. The Sierpinski is... Oh, here's Sierpinski. Okay. It's got some weird spacing elements here. There we go. At context, 300, 0600, okay. And then 5 and okay, all right. Sierpinski, WebSys, Canvas Rendering, Text 2D, F64X43, 08888, okay. Then that. Draw a triangle, context points, color, lead depth, -1, top left, right equal points, depth 0, mute. The Canva render was for the den into function to give the type. Function argument takes a reference. That's why you didn't need it in the function arguments. Okay. Well, I've made some changes. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom on this one and see if it will actually compile again. Nope. At least it fails faster this time. There's a method with a similar name. Yes, I know. It's the one I put in there. No method name draw image with HTML element found for struct canvas rendering context 2D in the current scope. Did I spell it wrong? Draw image with HTML image element Too big into web development. I'm just learning it by scratch myself, and it's not easy. So yeah. Interesting. Okay. This function takes 2 arguments, but 3 were supplied. Unexpected argument of type F64, F64-3. You forgot the image. Did I forget the image? Because according to that, I've already put the image in. idle1.jpg or idle1.jpg or God damn it, PNG. Set image idle1 PNG. Set image idle1 PNG. And I did add it to my static site, idle1.png. There it is right there. Literally gives you the function it should be. Read the errors and rest are worth it. Okay. No, the function name. Not an HTML element at the end, it's HTML image element. Oh. Yes, look at that. Yep. Is that all that needed to be done? Nope, but we're getting closer. All right, scroll back up to the top here. It's still expecting a trait and found a type. And context was still not found in this scope, which I don't understand what that means. Cannot find value context in this scope. Line 92. Line 92. All right, so 92:13. So there's a 3 there. Expected a trait. Found a type. What are Rust traits? I'm gonna have to read a lot. Beginning to think game development probably wasn't the best thing. But at that point, I don't know what the fuck to do. Cannot find value points in this scope. Well, okay, so right there's points. Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest. I mean, it's in there or it wouldn't, wouldn't be used, right? So. Yeah, I mean, it's in here several places. F64, F64-3 on function Sierpinski. And then it's draw triangle 3. Point 1.1, 2.1. Yeah, yeah. An array declaration. Yeah, could be. Could be. Oh Jesus, it's 2 hours. Okay. Okay. So what should happen at this point? So it should run. If you compile that and check your browser console, you'll need to see the message loaded now. This is great and all, but it doesn't draw our picture because we're not actually waiting for the image to be loaded. For that, we'll need an asynchronous function. Oh, good. Now we're going to learn asynchronous Rust. Okay. I'm going to have to go back through and reread some of this. I think it's been several weeks since I've done the Rust stuff, so I'm sure it works because he's got the code in his GitHub and he's got video, which I will probably watch the videos to see what's going on with that. Sorry, this did not turn out as I thought it would. I actually, ended up, kind of cheating my way to get this running because I wouldn't have figured it out otherwise. I'll be back next Friday with Rust time. Otherwise, I'll try to. I don't know if I'm going to be on Sunday. The hurricane or tropical storm will literally be here, so I will play it by ear. We may not have power. I don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah. If anybody has any thoughts, comments, questions, I will entertain them in our programming channels on both our Slack and our Discord. You can grab our Discord, discord.gg/breaksec. And I will give that code a look and see what kind of errors I'm getting and why. I'm trying to figure out where I'm running into issues on that. So hopefully we'll actually get to draw something during the next event. So if you all would love to join us here. Now, to set expectations, I'm not a developer. I don't work my day job as a developer, so I should be spending a little more time with this, but I'm also doing DaVinci Resolve stuff as well to try to, up my video editing and audio editing game. So I may be spread a little thin, but we'll see. So anyway, hope everyone has a good day. Does anybody have anybody would like to raid? Because I'd like to pass it on a little bit because the Cyber Viking UK group came up in here. So, and I'm very helpful. It was very helpful. Stingeon 577 here to have you join me. You helped out, even though yeah, no problem. All right, well, let's go ahead and raid Maker Deck because it's very cool to watch machines bring about the end of the world with one pass of plastic at a time. So hope everyone has a good day, good weekend. I'll keep you all informed on Discord and Slack, but yeah, have a great weekend and be safe. So take care, y'all. Bye.